Just vibe one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeat Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dental partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, April 22nd. Thank you so much for joining the program. We got a good one today. This is our weekly educational series to help trained and certified Sunbeasts like you build upon your education with us to help grow your comfort and confidence using this with the patients you serve. And today we're doing something we've never done before. We're going to talk about the Patient app. Oh, the Patient app. Yeah, we've never got, like, what happens after a Sunbit? Well, you've done a transaction, and they got a mobile app for the patients can manage their Sunbit. What does that look like? That's what we're going to do today. So, and then, of course, on Wednesdays, we are joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Quinita Brown. Quinita, how are you?
I am wonderful. Ooh, that was perfect. Follow.
Get the time better every week.
It was great.
A little better every week.
Hey, y'all. Happy Wednesday.
Hey, chat. Good to see a lot of the regulars. Good to see new folks as well. Always a lot of new folks joining each week, which is a lot of fun. And
Jersey.
Ooh. By the way, of course, if you're using your Sunbeast app, you get rewards points is our way of saying thank you for being here. So for those of you tuned in live on Zoom events right now. And then, of course, you can find the show on YouTube and post it to Spotify same day in case you want to listen to the show on your drive-in from work. But I hope you all are doing well. Quinita, we got to talk about Hawaii. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yes, the Elite Escape. It's been happening since March 2nd, and it goes through May 30th. This is your opportunity to earn a trip to Hawaii for you on a +1. And the top 15 Sunbeasts are going to get their chance to go. In fact, let's check in with the leaderboard real quick. It looks like, hold on a second. Wrong one. That was, that's Otto. Looking at dental Sunbeasts. Oh, look at that.
Hey, some high numbers.
Now, in addition to the top 15 going to Hawaii, what's the thing with the Paradise pick, Juanita?
5 random.
So we're drawing. So 5 random people are going to get their opportunity to join the top 15.
Yes, as long as they have 10 Sunbits.
So this leaderboard lets you track all that stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and bring that up real quick. Let me get a link for you. In case you want to check that out on your own. You can head over to sunbeast.com/SB Elite Escape Dental. Let me just put that in here. And if it asks for a password, you just type in the word Sunbit, all lowercase, Sunbit. So we're pretty excited about that.
Sending love and health and all of the above. Thanks for being here, but thinking of you.
Even from the hospital, joining the show. My goodness. I think that deserves maybe some extra love from Team Sunbeast. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. 50.
50. I like it. So, Alejandro, thanks for being a good sport and joining us even from the hospital. Extra
That's so
50 points.
scary.
So our way of saying
As a
thank you.
mommy,
Absolutely.
I understand.
Yeah. Let me make a note of that real quick. Also, on the theme of the Elite Escape, there's also some tropical trivia showing up in your Sunbeast app for additional rewards points. What round are we on?
I think Otto said week 3.
Okay. Are we on the week 3 already?
I think we're on week 3. But if you sign in every week, then make sure you do it. But you guys
how does this work?
Trivia. You're entered into a raffle for $20, and they're doing $20 each round. I think it's 3 people.
Oh, wow. Incredible. So cash. Yeah. Just for doing these fun little Hawaii quizzes.
Yeah. Fun Hawaii quizzes. Nice. Getting you hyped up and excited and ready for the Elite Escape.
All right.
Jessica, she said, I've learned so much about Hawaii. Me too. When I was making
it's an educational program.
I was like, ooh. Interesting. So you guys can be ready for when you go.
My goodness. And I hear we're going to get some news drops over these next couple of weeks, more details
Yeah.
about the Elite Escape
Hi,
and the
Carol.
accommodations. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Good to see you. We've missed you too. I think we're ready for the news, maybe?
Oh, it's news time.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, friends, your industry news. I see you, Courtney. I'm with you. News. All right. So this article is from Dental Economics. And coincidentally, we're going to talk about the economic state of dentistry. So some things pulled from this article. Number one is the cost of practicing dentistry is very, very high, right? And many practices, as they're looking for new team members, new staff members, they're realizing that more money needs to be paid in order to fulfill the staffing needs. In addition to that, dental insurance plans, they've reduced their reimbursements in the last 36 months. So with inflation and dental insurance plans reducing their reimbursements, it's widening that gap for paying for treatment costs for your patients. Speaking of inflation, inflation has reached a level where practices notice a higher level of no-shows, decreased case acceptance, and even lower numbers of new patients. And I'm sure not only are you guys feeling this in the dental space, but just period, right? Inflation is so high and it's impacting all of us as people in our everyday lives. But with inflation, we don't know how the economy is going to change, whether that will reduce or increase. But what we do know is that if we want to improve production, improve income, we have to take steps now. And that's where Sunbit comes in. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know how inflation is impacting people that are coming into your practice. You have Sunbit, you have an option to help alleviate any stress they're feeling when it comes to finances, when it comes to paying for any treatment costs. And even if maybe they aren't impacted in any way financially from what's going on in the economy, they might just want to pay in monthly installments. And that's why it's so important with today's economic state that we are presenting Sunbit as a payment option to every person, every time, no matter the case acceptance case. So take advantage of all the tools and resources we have for you and help people. That's what we do, is help people. Back to you, Adrian.
Well, thank you, Cornita. Appreciate you
Oh,
walking
you're
us through the news. It's always good to keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening out there so we can understand how to, roll with it. All right, we got to roll with it as in our roles in the businesses we work in and the communities we serve. So thank you. I think it's always insightful to understand what's happening out there. Because even though it's hard for people who are used to offering financing a certain way to change. So it's always helpful to understand our patients, their perspective, the business, its perspective, and you and your role and your perspective. So I think this next topic is very timely because, Juanita, correct me if I'm wrong, this is something that has come up quite a bit in our post-show surveys with Zoom. And a lot of people want to see what that Sunbit app looks like for patients once they've completed a Sunbit transaction.
Yep, that is very, very true, Adrian. They want to be able to speak to their patients about what they can do in the app, what that looks like, and just be confident in giving patients guidance when it comes to using the app.
Yeah. Before we get going, though, I see a pretty good question I think we can knock out quickly in the chat coming from Nicole. Maybe not Nicole. It was right before. It was the one on the HSA. Let me go back up a bit. It was from Caitlin. Caitlin asking, is it possible for a patient to use their HSA or FSA card as payment through Sunbit? I know credit cards are a no-no, as you can't pay credit with credit. Caitlin, that's correct. And Sunbit is not a healthcare provider, so we are unable to accept HSA or FSA cards.
But
even
they
though
can split pay maybe. So they can pay whatever they want to pay with their HSA or FSA through you directly, and then whatever the difference is or whatever's left through Sunbit.
Great call. Great call. And
Thanks,
because
Mike.
you're doing
Bonus
that,
points for me. Just kidding.
I like it. Nicole letting us know, since we're in the chat right now, I always send the pre-qualification link out the week prior to patients' appointments, regardless of how much their out-of-pocket cost is. It seems to be a great way to let them know to apply on their own terms if interested. Yeah, and you're giving them time. I really like that one. That's a very helpful way of offering terms on their own time, their own terms. I like that.
Points for Nicole.
Points for Nicole. Ooh, how much for Nicole?
I don't know. You pick.
I pick? You did. Let's go 30. 3 is my favorite number.
Okay.
We're gonna go 30. 30.
Hey, Christy was aligned.
Because
Mike was doing real good. He was like 100.
I don't want to get in trouble with the Sunbit staff too.
We got to bring Mike on the show. He's gonna be throwing out hundreds.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So looking at today's topic of the Sunbit app for patients. Yeah, let's talk about this real quick because I don't know if any of you are also a Sunbit customer like myself. Maybe you have already used the Sunbit app, but let's dive into it, shall we? So first, it begins with completing a Sunbit transaction. A lot of you know how this works. Maybe you're using a tablet or an integration or whatever, but you know that regardless of how you do a Sunbit, at the end of it, it results in an email. You get an email with a couple details about the completed transaction, but the patient, they get an email with a lot more detail. And in that email, at the end, it says, hey, you can manage your account at sunbit.com or by downloading the Sunbit app. And for loan management purposes, it's a really great tool to handle a lot of things that most people might just want to call and handle over the phone. We can do that too, but of course, they can do it on their own. But hold on a second. Maybe you're in the App Store right now and you're searching for Sunbit and you realize there's a couple different apps. So what is the deal? Let's talk about that. Now, the first one with our basic logo, that one's for patients. So the patient on an iOS or Android device can download the Sunbit app to manage their account. Nice. Now, Sunbit also makes the Sunbeast app, and that's for you. That's for you to continue your education with us, for you to see rankings and leaderboards, earn rewards points for all the effort, like being here on the show and all that. Now, these two apps are available on Android. Now, the ones on the right, this is Apple only, iPads only. And those are the apps you see on your Sunbit issued tablet. Like, for example, Quinita, let's head over and look at our iPad that we got plugged in here, right? So on your Sunbit issued tablet at the very bottom, the one you use for patients, I'm logged in to Callie Stewart's location right now. We're at DAG Manahawkin. That's the Merchant app, Sunbit Merchant app. And then there's also Practice up at the top. That's our demo system. So you can actually do full transactions in a safe environment for training purposes. So going back, you got those business apps. If you have your own Practice iPad, you can download our business apps to them. And our partner support team and success teams can help you with that too. So now that we understand that patients have this really cool Sunbit app they can download, and here's the screenshot from the Apple App Store, they can get started by entering the email address they used for the Sunbit. And then it'll verify them by asking for the last 4 digits of their social security number or ITIN number, same one they used at the end of their Sunbit transaction. So with those 2 pieces of information, they'll tap agree and continue. They'll get linked up with additional verification on the phone number they use, that they can do that verification code via text or email. And once they get a chance to verify before the code expires, they'll get full access to their Sunbit account right there in the app. Now, there's also a biometric prompt as well. So folks that may want to enable Face ID or Touch ID, they can go ahead and do that on the Sunbit app as well. And if they have their installment loan with you, they're going to see it right there on the home page with all of the loan details. Now, from the top, we can see, how many payments they've made. They can see payment settings, loan documents. Even if they have multiple loans with different Sunbit merchant partners, they would see all that in one place. But one of the things I want to highlight are the payment settings. Now, with the payment settings, a lot of you know that folks can call support and update their debit card details, but they can also do that through the Sunbit app. And they can update their payment due date. Okay, so let's talk about payment due date real quick, because I know some of you have asked in previous sessions, well, hold on a second, can a patient combine their Sunbit transactions? And we know the answer is no. You legally, we cannot combine two different installment loans that have two different contracts. We'd have to generate a whole new installment loan to combine both of them. Instead, just change the due date to the same day. And then both those Sunbits can pull together on the same day. That's how I've done it with my own Sunbit transactions. But it's really nice knowing your patients can easily do that right from the Sunbit app. And once they make those setting changes, there will always be a pop-up to review and make sure all that looks good. So anytime you have a patient in there making a change, updating their debit card settings, updating the payment date, they're going to see that pop up, making sure everything looks good. Now, there's also the ability to enable bank account linking. Wait a minute, bank account linking. I think I'm going to need your help, Quinita. I'm going to bring you back in for this one. So there's this pop-up that appears for patients on our app that says, hey, this is this new thing. You can link your bank account to the Sunbit app and make it easy to move payments, but then it enables something called balance checks. Quinita, what are balance checks?
Balance checks, basically what it does is the app has the ability to check your bank account before taking a payment to make sure that there are sufficient funds available. So in the case that they check your bank account and there are insufficient funds, then they won't take the payment. They'll email you and notify you, let you know like, hey, there's insufficient funds to help prevent those overdraft fees. And they'll give you a couple of warnings before they go ahead and try and take the payment.
Floor is right in the chat. Nice. So the patients don't get charged, like you were saying, Quinita, those overdraft fees. Mm-hmm. Boy, really love seeing this balance check option just as a really convenient way to help people out, because sometimes, you just forget, things happen, life happens. And it's nice knowing we have this option for patients to be able to link their bank account once they're in the Sunbit app and then enroll in these balance checks, giving them a quick heads up in case funds don't match what's needed for the payment. And that way they avoid any fees, because that's the right way to do things, right? Now, we can't do that with a debit card. We can't just scanning a debit card, we don't have that kind of access to be able to do something like balance checks. That's why the Sunbit mobile app is a really powerful tool to be able to do that. Now, the other thing is being able to make manual payments, additional or extra payments. These can be done anytime. There's a big blue button there that says make a payment. And just like updating the payment methods at that moment, you can choose, what kind of payment amount and make any changes to the payment method if needed. So that's really convenient. And then you can see all the statuses of payments, whether they are coming up, whether it's your next payment, if you're late on anything, you will see all of that. So your patients can see all of that from the Sunbit app. And of course, just like we saw earlier, whenever making a payment, there's always a chance to review everything, make sure it all looks good. And then if everything goes through, they'll see payment received. Nice. Now, like every other app in existence, there's a menu with a couple of options. So we thought it might be helpful to just show you what options are available to your patients in there. Full transparency, no funny business. So there's account settings. And there's also, hold on, I'm going to go back real quick. There's settings, support, privacy, and logout. Privacy and terms, we have those listed on our website as well. The account settings we saw, and that's changing the due date and payment method. And when we go into support and information, so this is new, we have live chat with our US support team right on the Sunbit app. And then that way they can not only start a new chat, but then access and see recent chats. And of course, our phone number, we don't hide that stuff either. I know some companies, they kind of make that hard to find. I know there's some of the services I use in my personal life. I look for a number, hard to find, but it's all right there. And we have some frequently asked questions regarding both products, our loan product, which you all use with the Smile Now, Pay Over Time, and then also our Sunbit credit card product as well. All of that information found here in the Sunbit app. Now, this came up a little bit earlier. I know a couple of people mentioned in the chat, well, what about multiple loans? So here's an example. Let's look at this screenshot here. So we know that you cannot combine different Sunbit loans, especially in this example. We see, Toyota maintenance and 2 different dental practice locations, maybe one for me and my family locally. Maybe we had one of the kids over at UC Santa Barbara down below with Yes Dental. And, I'm managing my different payment plans in the Sunbit app. But just remember that for any active Sunbit transactions, they all could be with you. They could be with you and maybe where they get their car serviced at the dealership service center they go to. All of that can be managed here, and they can change those due dates. I know Juanita's tired of hearing me tell this story, but I know that, there was a point in time where I had 3 different Sunbits that were all they were from different merchants, and they were all due at different times, different due dates, and I couldn't combine them. But back then, I called support, and I asked them if they could move all my due dates to the same day, and they did. But gosh, really nice knowing we can do it all here, right in one place, right in my Sunbit app. Now, Juanita, I know the other question came up earlier too. Well, what about if they also have that new Sunbit card? And I was hoping maybe you could kind of talk to us about the Sunbit card part of this.
Yeah. So your patients might have a Sunbit card, and it might not be the Sunbit specific branded card. We do partner with different retailers like Chic Shoes, My Melrose, Ollie's. They have a co-branded card with us. And so if they have one of these cards, they might already have a Sunbit account and manage their card through the Sunbit app. So in this instance, when you jump into the app, you're going to have 2 tabs at the bottom, which you can see in this screenshot. There's the card, and then to the right of that, to the right of the Sunbit logo, there's loans. So you can toggle between those tabs to manage the card and to manage any loans that you have. But it'll prompt you and bring you directly to the Sunbit card page first. So something to keep in mind, if they jump in and it brings to the card page, that means they have a Sunbit card and they might need to move to the loans tab to manage anything over there.
And by the way, let's say you got a patient who's not interested in downloading another app to their phone. We've also made all of this available at mysunbit.com. You can also just go to sunbit.com and click the customer login in the top right corner, just like how you have your merchant partner login. There's also a customer login for patients to access all of the same information just from a browser instead. And we just did a big update to mysunbit.com within the past couple of months here, reflecting everything we just saw in the Sunbit app. And they can do that there. Let's go into chat. We got a couple of minutes here. We might be able to answer some questions real quick. So Selena asking, can they use a Sunbit card to make a purchase? Yeah, I mean, the Sunbit card is a newer product and service of ours. It answers the question, where else can I use Sunbit? Now, those of you using our, buy now, pay later solution, the loan product, the installment loan product, you have to be, a certified merchant partner of ours to offer that. You can't just use that anywhere. So the Sunbit card answers the question, where else can I use Sunbit? Well, if you have the Sunbit card, you can use it anywhere Visa's accepted. A lot of people really like the way we treat them and being able to offer another product and service to folks, helping them, access the credit ecosystem through Sunbit is a great thing to be able to provide folks. Now, of course, sometimes that question does come up. Well, hold on a second. Can I use the Sunbit card for the down payment? Can I use that on the tablet? Nope. Nope, you cannot do that because it's still a credit card. We don't accept credit cards. We don't even accept our own credit card. That's how serious we are.
So they can use it to pay you directly in full.
Yeah, they could, yeah.
But they can't use it for the Sunbit loan.
Yeah. Let's check in with a couple people use Zoom Q&A, so we want to make sure they get seen here. So let's first help Shania. Can a patient see how much their monthly payment should be to pay off the promo for the 0% period? Because they have to choose one of the payment plans that had interest. Oh, so Shania is using that newer version where everyone's getting a 0% promotional offer. So regardless of which option they pick, they may get like a 12-month or 6-month or something 0%, where if they pay it off early, no interest. And we're actually, there is an update being worked on to change the dollar amount. So just like how you can change the due date, there is an update coming where they can change the payment amount. That option just released for the credit card. So we know that it's in development right now for the loan product as well. So Shania, great question, but that is coming soon. But they can easily go make manual payments or pay it off in one lump sum when they're ready to. Good one. That's a good one. Let's go to Melisa real quick. Can a patient who does not have a social but instead has an ITIN use Sunbit? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
So they can just use the ITIN instead and whenever it asks for social security number. So very good question. Very good question. And then anything in the chat I missed, Juanita?
I think you've gotten something I mentioned. Okay. No,
Yes.
not that I see. Jessica's been helping out a lot. 30 points for Jessica.
Jessica, 30 points for Jessica. Jessica Jones, right?
She's
Jessica
been keeping
Jones.
up with the chat. Yeah.
Jessica Jones. All right. What was it? How much? What was it?
30.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. We love seeing Sunbeasts helping other Sunbeasts, especially in the chat. And Juanita, you were just in town at our headquarters. We just got to see each other Monday and Tuesday at our office in Los Angeles. And Juanita and I got a sneak peek at the next generation of the Sun-based app. Ooh-wee, it's good. They're cooking up some cool stuff. And all the social features, which I know a lot of you are, imagine being able to talk to your Beastie Besties right there on the home screen of the Sunbeast app, being able to post stuff and comment and like all within our community. Very exciting. And then the whole rewards ecosystem, the next generation of extra cash mode where you're in control. I got to stop.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta stop.
Because nothing's finalized yet. So
I know.
Adrian, slow down.
They were just showing us mock-ups.
So once
really
it's for sure, we got you. We'll give you the real official tea. We did miss a few questions though. If we go back up in chat, Jason asked if the card, like Care Credit, where you have to go to the site and do the transaction there. For the Sunbit card, it's invite only right now. So folks who have done a Sunbit loan, they might get invited to apply for the Sunbit card. And then if they get the card, then they can just use it like any credit card for any purchase where Visa's accepted. So they can use it to shop online. They can use it to in-store, in person. If that answers your question, I think.
Yeah, because sometimes you have these other credit cards that are sold that cannot be used anywhere.
It's just for health or whatever.
Yeah. So in this case, with Sunbit, our particular card, and even those co-branded cards, like we saw with Ollie's,
they can be used anywhere too.
Anywhere.
You just get like extra rewards points for those stores. Like they have different perks specific for those stores, but they still can be used anywhere. And then
I think with Ollie's, there's the Ollie's Army points they get when they use that card.
Ollie's Army points.
So if you shop at Ollie's.
Chic has points to Legacy.
Yeah.
And then Courtney asked, do they have to set up the bank account access at the time of purchase or can they do it after? They can update their payment method in the app at any time.
Yeah.
So if they want to change the debit card or switch to a banking account, they can.
But those balance checks, the balance check linking, that's exclusive to the app and the desktop experience. So they have to log into their Sunbit account to turn that on. It's not something we're able to do with the debit card at the point of sale. So when they're actually closing the transaction, we're unable to set it up at that time. So all they need to do, like we saw, who in the chat was mentioning that after every transaction? Christina Perez mentioning in the chat after doing a Sunbit, they help them download as soon as they finalize the contract. So this is something you could actually do if you're helping folks out. Once they get into the app, then they can see enrolling bank account, enroll in bank, the balance checks. Yeah.
And then Tara had a question. She asked, how do they choose the terms of the purchase if they use the card? So Tara, if they use the Sunbit card to make a purchase, it's like a credit card. It's like using a credit card for a purchase. So it's not a loan at that point. It's going to be whatever the APR is for their credit card that they accepted.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right. My goodness.
Hopefully we got to most of it. If we missed your questions, then you can always take the post-event survey. We can follow up with you guys and get back to you.
Well,
Good
coming
questions.
up next, we got good questions. This is a good episode. I hope that was helpful. I know a lot of you have been asking to see that. I hope it was nice to just take a look. And then next week, we're going to dive into the weeds on how to adjust and cancel Sunbit transactions so that you know exactly what to do, where to go, how to help. Quinita and I have a meeting with that team coming up soon so we can learn more ourselves to prepare for the show. And then today we focused on the patient app, but on May 6th, we're focusing on your Sunbeast app, a whole episode dedicated exclusively to maximizing your Sunbeast app. And then we're very excited to be bringing on special guest Shani Solomon with Team Sunbit. She's going to be here on the 13th. Tips from a Sunbit coach. Let me go ahead and put the link tree in the chat for everybody so folks on Zoom events can see that. And be sure to follow us on YouTube and Spotify, where we are simulcasting on YouTube Live. You can also catch full episodes on Spotify the same afternoon they air. And you can check out Quinita's Sun Clips on YouTube Shorts and making a reappearance in the Sunbeast app for quiz questions and rewards points. So make sure you're logging in daily so you don't miss out with all the cool stuff we're cooking up there. But Quinita, did I miss anything?
No. Thanks, y'all, for joining. Hopefully you're able to take some stuff away regarding the Sunbit app and all your questions. So other than that, we hope to see you next week.
From all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast user community, for continuing your education with me and Quinita on Wednesdays, and hopefully we will catch you at the next one. Take care, folks, as we dance this one out.